My dad laughed after skipping my wedding, despite I paid for flights, hotels for all family. So I made sure they'll regret it. I got married last June in Colorado. My husband Derek and I had been together for 5 years, and we wanted a small mountain wedding with just close family and friends. The problem was my family lived in Florida, and most of them claimed they couldn't afford to fly out. So I did what any daughter would do. I paid for everything. Flights for my parents, my 2 brothers, my aunt and uncle, even my grandma. Hotels for 3 nights at this nice resort near the venue. The whole thing cost me almost $7,000. I sent everyone their flight confirmations and hotel reservations 2 months in advance. My dad called me right after and said, "Thanks, sweetie. Wouldn't miss it for the world." My brothers confirmed they'd be there. Everyone seemed excited. The wedding was on a Saturday at 4 p.m. Friday morning, my mom called me crying. "Your father isn't coming. He says he has a fishing trip planned with his buddies and he forgot to check the dates." I thought she was joking. "Mom, I paid for his flight. I paid for his hotel. The wedding is tomorrow." She just kept crying, saying she tried to convince him, but he refused to cancel his trip. Said the guys had been planning this for months and he already put down a deposit on the boat rental. A $200 deposit was more important than his daughter's wedding. I called him directly. "Dad, what's going on? Why aren't you coming?" He laughed. Actually laughed. "Baby girl, you'll have plenty of anniversaries. This is a once-a-year fishing tournament. The guys are counting on me." I hung up and cried for an hour. Then my brother Kyle texted me. "Hey, so Matt and I decided to stay home too. Dad's got a point. Weddings are kind of boring anyway. We can celebrate when you visit for Christmas." They weren't even pretending to have good excuses. The wedding day came and my mom showed up alone. My aunt, uncle, and grandma all came, but half my family just didn't bother. The ceremony was beautiful, but I kept staring at those empty seats in the front row where my dad and brothers were supposed to sit. During the reception, my mom showed me her phone. My dad had posted photos on Facebook from his fishing trip. Him and his buddies holding up fish, drinking beer, having the time of their lives. The post said, "Nothing better than a weekend with the boys. Living the dream." People were commenting asking where he was, saying they thought he had a wedding to attend. He replied to one comment saying, "Daughter understood, family comes first." That was the moment I decided enough was enough. I flew back to Florida the next month for my grandma's birthday party. My dad was there acting like nothing happened. Came up and hugged me asking how married life was treating me. I smiled and handed him an envelope. He opened it confused. Inside was an invoice. Round trip flight for one, $340. Hotel for 3 nights, $890. Missed wedding attendance penalty, $2,000. Total due, $3,230. Payment expected within 30 days. His face went red. "What is this? This is a joke, right?" I told him I was completely serious. "You had a legally binding commitment to attend after I purchased those tickets in your name. You breached that commitment. Now you owe me." My brothers were standing right there and I handed them invoices too. Dad started yelling about how I was being ridiculous and ungrateful. I pulled out my phone and played a recording I'd saved from our phone call where he laughed about skipping my wedding for fishing. Then I showed him screenshots of his Facebook posts, every comment where he lied to people saying I understood. I told him he had 2 choices: pay me back every cent or I'd post everything publicly and tag every single family member and family friend showing exactly what kind of father he was, showing how he chose fish over his daughter. My mom was staring at him like she'd never seen him before. My aunt started crying. Even my uncle, who usually took Dad's side, looked disgusted. Dad tried to argue, but I wasn't backing down. 30 days, cash, check, or Venmo. Your choice. 3 weeks later, I received a check for $3,230 from my dad with no note attached. My brothers each paid me back too, after my mom apparently spent 2 hours screaming at them. I deposited every cent and used it to book an anniversary trip to Italy for me and Derek. Posted photos all over social media with the caption, "Thanks to everyone who actually showed up for our special day." My dad hasn't spoken to me since, but honestly, I don't really care anymore.